Hi, it's your friend Deb the librarian, Deb Mohl, professor of library science here at the University of Alaska Anchorage, Alaska Pacific University Consortium Library. So today I'm going to be talking about search words. Clear scope, deciding on your topic. It's like the hardest thing to do, I think. I'm using an example of a topic here, how effective is advertising a restaurant on Facebook. When you're deciding on a topic, you can start out broad, you can start out narrow, but what's important is to think in terms of different aspects or different words you can use for that topic. Think about the subcategories that you want to focus on that topic. What interests you about that topic? Is it too broad for the assignment requirements or too narrow? Or is it just right? That's what you'd ideally want to come up with. So you can play around with that and brainstorming that through lists like this. Or you can bubble map it or concept map it by putting a main idea word in a center circle, and then brainstorming again different words to use for that, or what particularly interests you about that, and even subcategories, like what would you talk about within that. Once you start unloading, your thoughts onto paper or on a computer or sharing them with a person, you can really help focus your topic more appropriately for that assignment. It can be very helpful. Okay, so think about the type of evidence you need for your paper. For example, if you need statistics, adding in words like statistics or quantitative or data can be helpful. If you are thinking about targeting your topic around a particular demographic, like young adults or high school students, you could try out those different words, or secondary school, secondary education, teenagers, Gen Z, for example. You'd get different results, but they may all be helpful. Not all, probably, but many. Think about your topic categorically or by field application. An example I use is, let's say you search for cell phones in business literature. You would likely get cell phone use or even cell phone development in industry, right? Or in the workplace. If you did the same search in education literature, you would find out about cell phone use or applications or challenges in schools in the education world. So looking at and limiting it to different types of subject areas or disciplines can be helpful. Reflect on the date range or time period most relevant to your topic and interest, right? I mean, things have changed throughout time, and looking at the historical literature or the current literature, depending on your topic, or both. How has your topic changed from the past to the present? Can be helpful. So, thinking about time or date range can be helpful in that regard. And then ask who cares about this topic. Reflect on who would collect information and write about the topic. Does the government care about collecting statistics about this? Is there an industry association that cares about the topic? Is it in the popular news, or are there YouTube videos, or not just YouTube, but videos about it? Or are there academics who are doing research and writing about it? So that can help you in locating where you're going to be searching for the information, or how you're going to be limiting it or refining it in quick search if you use that great tool for accessing resources at the University of Alaska Anchorage, Alaska Pacific University's Consortium Library. So there are also different search tools you can help to broaden or narrow your search results. One is a wildcard symbol, which expands a partial word to bring up variations of it. As technology evolves, so are some of these search tools. So you may not need to put these in order to get, for example, singular and plural words variations of the word. But it still works in Google and different databases. There's phrase searching, which looks for two or more words in order if you put quotation marks around them. You do not need to put quotation marks around single words though, and it does not mean it's a more important search. It just looks for those words next to each other in that order. And then there's Boolean searching, which I've added down here. Many of our advanced database modes include Boolean searching options built in, like different lines where you can add in your words. But in this example, so Boolean is using and, or not intentionally to narrow or broaden your search results. If you use the parentheses in a case like this, advertising or promoting, and restaurant and Facebook, this will search for what's in the parentheses first. It's the order of operations. So you can use different synonyms or like words in a search strategy and then combine it with the other words or exclude them. For example, here, social media, not Instagram, is an example. If you don't put in any of the Boolean words, like you don't put in any of these and you just put in advertising, restaurant, Facebook, it's going to automatically and them together. So you really don't need to use the word and at all. But these are ways to broaden or narrow your search results. If you had more questions about it, please feel free to ask. And also you can do a search like Google cheat sheet and it will bring up different options for searching in Google. So if you need help with talking through your topic, finding ways to search, finding great sources, credible sources, feel free to reach out. My email is dlmole@alaska.edu. You can also click on Ask Us at consortiumlibrary.org and chat with a librarian, text a librarian, call us, stop by the first floor desk here, and we are here to help you succeed. Take care, everyone.